Hello guys, welcome back to my 101 course on how to videos. No matter what guys, today's episode is how to really make it. How do you really make it guys? There's a big difference in what you're doing today and how you can get from one step to another. Guys, the way I do it is I do it in a journal. I make sure to put the you in action as I've spoken in my previous videos. What does that mean? It means when you're speaking with people, you have to realize that you're putting the you in action all the time. You're doing something always appropriately where you can say, this is about you, this is how you do it, this is what you must do, this is how you succeed, this is how to do this is how you must do this. So no matter what, you're always putting the you in action. So that's a public speaking tool that you can use throughout your communication, your relationships, your friendships, and whatever you got going on in terms of communication. So when you're leading people, you lead them with the you. You're always speaking about the you. You're saying, this is for you, this is what you must do, this is how you see life, because this is what you must do in terms of how you can get from one place to another. So in terms of that way, when you're speaking about you write it in a journal. So when you're looking inside for any type of problems you may have, you would solve it with the you. So I see you doing this because you feel this is necessary, because you feel that you're scared, because you made this movement, because your dad and your biological dad, in this case, was saying for you to do this because you were scared to do this. And then you figure out the problem and the solution, and now you realize that once you expose the problem inside your journal, it's no longer a problem, as Jim Rohn says. So Jim Rohn is one of my mentors, and he says, no matter what, when you have a problem, write it down, and then once you expose the problem, it's no longer a problem, because once you see it, then you can solve it. So all your problems in life, everything that you are lacking in life, you must put it into paper and then solve it for yourself. Do you understand? So if you're lacking anything in life, you have to be able to journal that into paper, in terms of you have to go into your electronic phone, you have a note system, and then you have to use your note system and you have to write down everything that you lack, all your problems, and then once you do that, you can realize then you can solve all your lacks in life. You can solve all your problems through your journal. So always use your journal, always use your phone to make sure that you can write around, so you can do something amazing for yourself, so you can really, really brand yourself, so you can do something incredible in terms of leadership, in terms of being more confident. Guys, so today I solved a lot of my sexual problems and also my mental health issues that I had in the past, because it's all got to do with journaling. So anything that you are afraid to expose about your story, write it in a journal, and then guys, what you have to do is you have to give it out and you have to show the world your story. You understand? So no matter what, as you can see, I have a journal and I expose it completely into the world inside my Instagram. Why? Because when I am in the spotlight, what happens is I become more successful. I become a more successful person because everybody can see my flaws and who I am as a person deep in my core. And that makes me successful. And yes, some people are actually going to brag about you and they'll say, oh, you promoted this naked woman in your Mega Drive. Yeah, I did. Big deal. You understand? So no matter what, guys, I'm never proud of what I've done, but I'm grateful for being here today and for experiencing what I did to get to this point. So no matter what, guys, you have to realize now, the key for your success is being able to go into your journal and really, really write in it everything that you lack. It may be money, it may be a friend, it may be somebody, it may be your dad, it may be something that you lack. Maybe you lack sex, maybe you lack a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, kid. Maybe you lack a car, maybe you lack a holiday, maybe you lack being a millionaire. Guys, solve out your problems by yourself. There's a quote that says, happiness comes from the inside. Now what this means is happiness is an inside job. Happiness is your responsibility. So when you look inside, all you're really doing is you're looking to yourself to solve the problem. So here I am right now saying for you to solve the problem, you can never do it in your mind. Guys, I have, just for 2020 and 2019, I have over 300 journals of 9 pages each. So each day I upload one journal into my Mega Storage. And that journal either has 3 parts to it, 1 part or 2 parts. And for each journal there's about 6,000 characters. So say when I do a journal, and I maxed it out, say I maxed it out and it has 6,000 characters, what happens is, it has 9 pages in the PDF. Sometimes I have part 2, part 3 inside my journals. Sometimes I complete 80,000 characters in one day. So I do this so that I can really see what's in my mind and put it down to paper so that I can plan for the future. Now, the more you plan in your journal, the better you're going to get. Guys, I'm the master of being better than yesterday. So I'm always better than yesterday. And I'm not sure of anything. I know nothing in life. So when I call myself the master, I really call myself a student of life. I call myself the student of learning the journal. You understand? Because when I'm a student, I will become much better than yesterday. So I'm always seeking a better way to do something. And I do it through the journal. Guys, today I lacked so much in terms of my mindset before. And no matter what, I realized that I'm in the moment right now and I'm always seeking something better to do. So what I do is I get into my journal, I start to write them. And when I'm in, for example, a video and speaking everything out, and I'm speaking everything out inside the video, what happens is, no matter what I do, I write it down in the journal, and I also do it on camera and in front of you as a practice material, content for myself, so that I can really prosper, so I can really succeed, so I can really prosper and do something amazing. So material content has everything to do with how you're branding yourself, how you're really speaking in front of people, and how you can really lead them, how you can really do something amazing. So no matter what you're doing, guys, realize you need to really, really invest in your journal. That's how you really make it. Do you understand? Because if you have no journal today, you will be a nobody. Do you understand? You need to be a somebody. You need to be somebody who can really, really manifest health, who can really manifest money, spirituality, emotions, physicality. You need to be able to plan. Planners are winners. People who plan always plan to succeed. People who never plan always fail. Do you understand? So no matter what, your journal is really your planning ahead method. It's where you do your reasoning. It's where you do your week ahead. What are you going to do the week ahead? What are you going to do the month ahead? What are you going to do the year ahead? What are your goals? What are you doing in life? So when you're writing in a journal, you may expose people, you may expose animals, you may expose the environment, you may expose economics, you may expose anything of your interest and talk about it. Just like, for example, as somebody who is a millionaire would expose in a video such as this, or a podcast, or such as a billionaire who would expose a podcast or video such as this, or anything in terms of podcast or anything on YouTube in terms of content. You do that inside a journal. So when you're practicing public speaking, you can do it in a journal. You can write, this is how you do this is how you do this. So when you guys are doing this, you have to realize that you have to go this way, because when you do this way, it's going to be much happier for you. You're going to be a much better person. Do you understand? And then you're speaking in a public speaking way inside your journal. And then, for example, you can say, oh, this person dogged you, and this is what you thought about her, and you had some anger because of this, because your mum had issues with this, and because your mum taught you this, and because of this, and then because you grew up in this kind of way, you started to pick up these kind of thoughts, and you're around these people, and because you're around these people, that led you this way, and then once you were this way, and then you talk about that story inside your journal, and every single day you talk about something about your life. So over time, guess what? Over time, I get to really, really expose my story every single day. Bit about me, bit about me every single day, and I post it online for free. You understand? I post it online for free, exposed it into the world. No matter what, I'm totally exposed, guys. A celebrity who has paparazzi all over them, they're always exposed, they're always in the light. So when you're always in the light, you are a superstar. You understand? But when you're hiding, when you're in shame and guilt, you will hide. And you never put your face in terms of Instagram, in terms of anywhere in life. So you may even lack, for example, branding yourself. So it has all to do with self-esteem and confidence. So when you're improving your confidence, you will find a way for yourself to actually boost your confidence inside a journal. You'll say, you lack so much ability to have sex because you've been taught to watch porn, you've been taught to do this, and that's what I've done. I said in that kind of manner because I was taught this, And no matter what, you can see how my story progresses forward. The more I realize how my story in life went, because I did drugs in life, I forgot part of my life before. And no matter what, I'm always in the moment. So I'm always speaking in terms of I. Remember, I is your biggest asset. I, do you understand? I manifests everything. So realize that you always use the I first. Make sure that you're using the you and I in combination in your videos, in your audios, in your daily communication. Do you understand? When you have somebody who's so stupid talking with you, say, no, I did this because I had to do this. And then what you do is you speak in a selfish way to those idiots, because you are never an idiot. So guess what? I'm never an idiot. So what you need to realize is when you're speaking to idiots, what you do is you use the I. You use the I, and that way you're always going to lift up. And as I speak with you right now, what I'm doing is I'm pushing my emotions upward. How do I do that? I'm pushing my actual blood flow to go to my brain. I'm just pushing upward. I'm lifting up myself, and I'm empowering myself to actually give this video right now. Because no matter what, I need to succeed more for myself. I'm doing it for free. So this is what I do for free, with or without money. Do you understand? So when I promote myself for free, I get to really, really enjoy my life. I really get to do something incredible. I really get to see success even greater, because I no longer rely on your money to help me, because I already have money. I already have freedom. I already have a passion. I'm already better than yesterday. I've already lost 47 kilos. I already turned vegan. I'm already sober for 2 years. I've already overcome all the drug addicts and all the people from the past. I turned independent. I've also overcome all the drugs. I've overcome the nightclubs. I've overcome most music out there. I went my way. I live on, for example, I take myself and I lift myself up always. So I'm always seeking a better way, and I drink only 7 grams of sugar. I eat 7 grams of sugar every single day. So you have to realize, no matter what, that you need to be somebody. So what you need to do is you need to start journaling, because that's how you're going to make it. You're going to make it through a journal. Now, John C. Maxwell says to me long ago, he said to me, Danny, make sure that no matter what happens, that you really, really, really jot down all your ideas inside a journal. Guess what? I started to take those ideas and I started to really apply them into my life. Why? Because when I apply ideas into a journal, what happens is I start to become more successful. I start to do something more incredible. And when you read my journal, you'll see how I apply ideas. And it's just in a story kind of way. I'm just giving my story inside my journal. I'm giving my story inside videos. And each time you watch a video, I expose more of my story. When I do a journal, I expose more of my story. When I do an audio program, I expose more of my story. So life is about exposing your story any way you can. So no matter what, you never know in life. Make sure you're always staying a student. Make sure that you always use the words, I see they are doing this. Never say, oh, they are doing this, because who are they? Do you understand? Put the I there first before the they. I see they are doing this. I see that she's upset. And that way, when you put in the I first, that means you're putting yourself first before them. That is a self-motivation tool that's going to help you love yourself. So always use the I in your language. Use the you. So when you're leading people, you're using the you in action. You're saying, this is for you. Where are you going? Why are you going there? What are you going to do there? Why don't you come with me? Are you okay? What's wrong with you? Do you understand there is no wrong or right? You understand? So you're always asking questions. Ask yourself more questions. That's how you succeed. That's how you actually make it much better for yourself. So in terms of public speaking, in terms of having fear, make sure that you never fear in life. Make sure that you're always making money. But the real money is in the health. Remember, when you have health, you have wealth. When you have something incredible, when you have a mindset, when you're speaking on a daily basis how to succeed, when you're teaching on camera and you're actually branding yourself, you're actually out there in the world in terms of branding yourself inside. And what do I mean by inside? I mean, you have to actually go inside, you have to actually look for yourself to actually teach something into the world. So no matter what, I have over 2 years of content right now in my university, and guys, by the time you read it, guess what? You have to start taking action. So reading is never enough for you to succeed. what's more than enough is you to take my knowledge and then apply it into your life. So I just recently wrote a quote today. It says, my journal is a form of an applying method. So I use my journal to apply everything that I learn. And that's how I use my content, that's how I use everything in my life to make sure that no matter what, I come back to the I when I actually stuff up something in my life, because no matter what, I never stuff up. And the only thing that may be scary for you is how are you going to start? Guys, start from where you're from. If you're fat, start with how it feels for you to be fat, and then all you do is you use the you in action. This is what you must never do when you're fat, because when you're fat, you have to sit all day and you have to watch TV and you have to move a certain way. So then what you do is you teach people how to move forward from your aspect of life, and then once you're lifting people as you are fat, then you're going to lift yourself up the most, because only when you're selfless, only when you're actually helping people, will you actually lift yourself also. When you give, you will also be given. When you're lifting, you will also be lifted. When you give love, you also receive love. When you hit people, you also get hit. When you punch someone, you also receive a punch. You understand? So what you're doing in life, what you're actually sowing, is actually going to make a massive difference for you in terms of life. So realize, no matter what happens, there's always something to do, and just realize today is an opportunity to really succeed. So when you're making in life, when you're making something big, remember, journaling is the most important aspect of your life right now. Now, Tony Robbins says that video is the most important aspect of how you really get your content out there. Now, no matter what, I need my journal anyway. So when I have no time to make a video, I make sure that I'm creating content either way, through quotes, through writing in my journal. And I'm always planning something, I'm always uploading, I'm always branding myself in terms of taking photos. Today I took 900 photos of myself, 900 photos within 1 hour. So no matter what, that 900 photos, I can look through it and I can pick out maybe 50 posts for my Instagram branding in the future. And that's how it goes. So when you're actually looking good, when you're feeling sexy, when you're doing something incredible in terms of confidence, you always find a way to lift yourself. You always find a way for somebody in terms of your life to help you to grow you, in terms of give you ideas. So just remember that nobody can really grow you except for you. Only you can grow you, only you can give people ideas, only you can actually lift yourself and do something incredible for yourself. So when you're actually successful, you realize that you're becoming happier, you're actually more motivated, you're actually traveling, you have more time. Remember, time is more freedom. You understand? The more time you have, the more finances you have. Many people are working a 9-to-5 job and they have the finances, but they never have the travels and they never have the time. You understand? So when you create time, you will also create freedom, with financial freedom and travel. Because no matter what, when you have time, you can travel. When you have time, you can have the finances that you need because you have the time to work on yourself. As Jim Rohn says, work on yourself more than a 9-to-5 job and you'll make a fortune. Guys, I write in a journal 80 hours a week and more in a journal. Do you understand? So I'm always planning what you never do. Grant Cardone said, this is what you never do. And then guess what? I started to really take that note and I said, this is what I never do. I stay away from these people. I stay away from these people. And Grant Cardone says, in these terms, what to never do. And I just make sure, no matter what, that when I heard Grant Cardone speak, and he said, in terms of his words, you have to stay from everything that says what not to do. So, for example, you would look in life what not to do, and it would just be a natural process for you to say, hey, I'll stay away from McDonald's because that's what not to do. I'll stay away from this person because that's not what I need. So I'm better than not. And you have to realize that when you're speaking, just make sure that you're never tangled up in your words, because sometimes communication can lack in terms of your communication, but you have to realize to always be on the offense about what you're saying. So realize you have to be on the offense about everything in life. You have to be on the offense about spirituality, emotions, lifting your emotions. You have to have no fright in front of people. And you have to really, really see how you can really succeed on your own terms, because that's what's going to actually help you the most. It's about succeeding, it's about lifting yourself. And guys, right now I have no mind. I'm using no mind. I'm using my heart to speak with you. I'm using my emotions, my blood flow, who I am as a person, what my habits are. So my information is unlimited. I'm very contradictory in the way I speak. I may say something and then just go back on it just to reflect on it and give you the best information about what I said in the best way. And that's the meaning of contradiction. Contradiction is you growing but never standing still. As Tony Robbins says, the foundation of being younger is moving. You have to move, you have to move, you have to move. Today, Grant Cardone is one of the rich people in the world in terms of having wealth and health. He has health and wealth. The guy has a better version of himself, and also he has the money to back it up, and he has the legacy, he has the success. So no matter what, you have to realize you need to be more like somebody who actually has the health and the wealth. So I have the health, I have the money also. No matter what, once you have the health, you have the wealth. It's very simple. Most people are working on a 9-to-5 job, and you realize that no matter what, you must never be one of them. You must never be the person who is working a 9-to-5 job. I never worked a 9-to-5 job. I have something better in my life. I'm a life coach, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm doing something far greater than those people. So in terms of that, guys, you have to realize that when you're a person who has over 180 hours of video content and self-education with over 2 years of journaling and over 20,000 quotes, and you're doing something in the self-education system, slowly over time, it's going to build up. So you may have to read 5 years, you may have to read and start to teach. It may take you 7 years to actually really start having the content you need and to really start growing. But then after that, you have to realize that life is a lifelong journey of growth. You need to be able to grow, you need to be able to really prosper and succeed and give people ideas. You need to do content. When you watch a movie, what is it? It's a content film. Content makes money, you understand? When you're filming something, you're filming content. When you're filming anything in life, in terms of what you're videoing and you're recording, that's content. So you have to put your face on it and you have to start teaching something. You have to be a teacher, you have to be a student of life. You have to actually grow and you have to actually learn all your life. Otherwise, you're dying. So you never stop learning, you never stop growing. What you really do is you really seek ways to make opportunities for yourself so you can really help yourself succeed, so you can really find what you need in terms of life so you can really succeed. Guys, it's about your success, it's about living life to the fullest so you can really benefit yourself. Make sure you're looking for benefits, as Robert Kiyosaki says. Look for benefits so you can really help prosper, so you can really see abundance, so you can really be rich, so you can think and grow rich. When you're really seeing what's around you and you're really loving life, guys, when you wake up in the morning and you no longer need a cigarette, you no longer need caffeine, you no longer need sugar overall, and you no longer have to cook meals, you no longer have to eat meat, you're always sober, you no longer have to go to a nightclub, and it's the best feeling in the world. So you have to realize that when you can breathe fully, when you can do something fully, when you can really prosper and grow yourself the most in terms of life, it's always going to be coming back for you in a better way. So in terms of that, just realize that you never get distracted by the world around you, but you keep using the you in action, because the you in action is going to really help you see. It's going to help you see, it's going to help you succeed, it's going to help you do everything that you need in terms of your life, in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of making billions of dollars. So realize this, no matter how tall you are, no matter how short you are, you can always be a better person. You understand? You can always do something much greater. You can always do something in terms of mindset, in terms of spirituality, in terms of being kind. Do you understand? Just because somebody is taller than you never makes them better than you. Just because somebody is shorter than you doesn't make you any better. You understand? So you have to realize that everybody has a uniqueness about them. Everybody's lived life in a different way, and you have to respect that. And you can never judge people based on their life. Now listen, no matter what you do, you have to make money. You have to be a person who's far excelling yourself only. When you conquer yourself, that is the ultimate victory. You understand? You never go and be egotistical on other people. You never go and cause violence. You never go and watch TV, because what's the TV doing for you? Make sure that you're watching educational TV from a millionaire. Make sure you surround yourself with millionaires. When you see my Instagram, I have over 90 millionaires inside my Instagram that I follow only. You understand? So that's the difference between me, who follows 90 millionaires inside my Instagram right now, and people who are following 2,000 people who have never made a million. So when you're realizing how you can really live life, how you can really do life, and what you can really do in terms of life, you have to realize that once you're watching millionaires, you are actually going to succeed and you're going to actually have a life of success, because that success is going to rub off on you. When you see millionaires and they're succeeding and you just are always watching them and you're supporting them, I promise you, you're going to pick up the rich mindset and you'll never be jealous of them, because you get to know them every step of the journey. So when you get to know me and you get to watch every single video I do throughout life, I promise you, you'll pick up my attitude, you'll pick up my skills, you'll pick up my mindset, you'll pick up my talent, you'll pick up my abilities. The same I did with my mentors. I picked up their ideas, I started to apply it, and then I started to benefit from it, and here I am teaching it now. You understand? Yes, I read for 5 years before I started these videos. You understand? So it's going to take you some time. And you have to realize it's better to succeed within 10 years and make the multi-billions of dollars than to work 40 years in a 9-to-5 job and never even make the million. Because today, guess what? Self-education is key. You have to realize that if you're putting your children into high schools and public schools and elementary schools and private schools and universities, you and your family are getting scammed. You understand? So guess what? Make your own self-education university, the same as I do, but do it in your own version. Be your own mindset about it. Go and teach your own self-education program. Make your own self-education. Guys, my kids will never ever go to an elementary government school, because I already am doing the education for them. Do you understand? So my self-education program will be passed on through my generations of my family members. Do you understand? And no matter what, my education right now is for free. So no matter what, I have a deal that I will price this information in the future. So you have to realize to capitalize on this right now, as no matter what happens, you need to realize that as you get popular, you need to price yourself. You need to make money. So how do you make money? You make sure that you succeed. You make sure that you do something incredible. So no matter what happens, for now, my content is here for free forever, until I do become successful, until I do become fame. Do you understand? Because I have fame right now. I have success right now. I feel it. So no matter what, it's up to you guys now to make that happen for me. All I can do is just work for free now and just help myself, because no matter what, when you guys never help me, you guys will never get the you guys will never get the minute meal preps that I do. I eat in less than 1 minute. You guys will never help me to build an application to help solve everybody's weight issues for an application alone, which helps everybody lose weight in one application. It's very easy to do. And I can also do an imagination ruler for the world, where there's this amazing grace where you can watch the screen and words and pictures are flicking at you and something's happening in terms of your imagination, where you can always see how to really help your life. Guys, there's so much more I can do in terms of life. I can make these sober nightclubs everywhere in life. So I have dreams, I have visions, but you guys have to help me to give me some money so that I can really help myself. That's how I do life. I do life by I work for free. I'm working for free, and I never expect anything from you. I never expect anything from you, even though I said what I said, because life is contradictory. So no matter what, you guys need to help me become fame. You need to help me become fame so that I can help the world even more. And that's how the world works. If you are a person who only gives Coca-Cola, the brand, money because they're famous, do you understand? They're killing you with the Coca-Cola. Why would you give a Coca-Cola can $2 when you can give a life coach $2? You understand? Would you rather have a Coca-Cola as a friend or a human being as a friend? So you have to realize that no matter what, life is right now. So how do you really make it? You make it by really living in the moment. You make it by writing in your journal. Like I said, use the you in action. For example, today in my journal I wrote, I lacked sex abilities because I was a person who was watching pornography, and no matter what, I was doing this in the you factor. So I would be teaching it in terms of the you factor. I'd be saying, you were doing this because you seen that, and when you did that, that's how you did this. And when you did this, you had these reasons behind it. And because you did, you never got yourself a woman. And then I was like, why did I even think that way? Because I wrote it in my journal. But if you do it in your head, you have to go, oh, no. Oh, in your head, it's too much thinking for you. So you need to write your thoughts down into paper. So use your journal. Write your thoughts down in your journal and use your electronic phone as your journal. You understand? So no matter what, I have a Samsung A20 Galaxy and I use my phone as my actual video recorder and also my journal, my note system, everything about my financial planning and everything about how successful I am today. And I upload everything that I do in terms of today. I have 900 photos and I have a 1 hour video and I also have a 2 hour video that I have to upload. No matter what, I'm always doing something. I'm always helping myself to succeed. So lifting your emotions is another tactic that you can use. You can empower yourself. You can be someone who has no limits. But you have to realize that if you have money but you have no health, you need to realize that you're very unhappy with the money you have. Because money will only amplify the person you are. When you have level 10 health, you will have level 10 money. When you have level 5 health, but you have level 20 money, you have only level 5 money. Do you understand? So the better your health, that's why I say, go for your health. Guys, for the past 6 years, I've been studying self-education and doing it. So for 5 years, I really was just educating myself with self-education. I've invested 1,300 hours of reading. Do you know how much 1,300 hours is? Now guess what? You never know anything. I never know anything. So never say that you know something. And when you're speaking public speaking terms, never say you know, do you know, do you know, you know, you know. You never know. Never know. You never ask people, do you know? You ask, do you understand me? Do you see that? Do you see something? Yes. So no matter what, today I said to myself, I have read actually all the books in the planet. Because all the books really teach is be better than yesterday and live in the moment. Nothing else. So all the books in the world will teach you to live in the moment. What does that mean? Take action. Grow. Be successful. So I stick to those requirements. And guess what? I can read. I can still read. I can still see my mentors and I can really, really prosper from my mentors because they give me ideas. They stimulate my mind. Gary Vaynerchuk today was sitting down and he's doing his business in his usual aspect of life and he has people around him and he's giving ideas. And I'm saying, yeah, well. And then I solve those ideas by myself. I actually take the action. I live in the moment. So I pause the video with my headphones. I click right here, pause the headphones, take off the phone, and I start to write about that question that the lady asked, and I would solve that question for her in a different way. So any questions that they are asking Gary Vaynerchuk, I would actually solve it for myself, and I would say, this is how you do it in a quote. And I'll write it actually in a quote. And I actually take action to actually teach you inside my quotes. So you have over 20,000 quotes inside my Instagram right now, inside my Mega Drive, that you can actually take action on in 2020, and today is the 22nd of March today. So no matter what, guys, you have me over the next 73 years, and now currently, my content will stay for free forever. But as soon as I hit fame, guess what? It may go to $7.20. You understand? A month. So just be prepared for it. And no matter what, guys, you just realize I have to make money too. And when I sign up 1,000 people or $7,000 or whatever, when I sign up 1,000 people on the amount of $7.20, guys, that's $7,200 a month for me that I make on my business for 1,000 people, subscribers every single month. So when I have 10,000 people, that's 72,000. When I have 100,000 people, that's even more. So no matter what, you have to realize you have to always find something to do and do it much better than yesterday. You understand? No matter what it is, you need to have a great measure. You need a great measure of self-discipline, and you will have a great measure of success. Brian Tracy. Do you understand? So you need to realize now, when you're actually realizing that you can actually do something, when you can actually help yourself to succeed, when you can actually do something incredible to really prosper your life and really make everybody abundant around you, that's when you're rich. You are living life to the fullest. Now, I've never met a person who is actually living life better than me right now, because there's no one in history, there's actually nobody in history that has the best planning skills on the planet as I do right now. And I'm honest, I have better life skills than Tony Robbins at 27 years old. And no matter what you say, I can cut through Tony Robbins' path and I can actually help Tony Robbins even more. So no matter what, there is always a way to lift people up. And now I am my own unique individual person. When I speak, I have a mindset. I do my own aspect of life according to how I do it, in terms of my value, in terms of how I see life, and I do something so different compared to other people. In terms of Gary Vaynerchuk, when you see his Instagram, he has videos and quotes inside his Instagram. When you see Mel Robbins, she has writing and videos inside her Instagram. When you see Tony Robbins, he has photos of other people and videos of himself and quotes inside of his Instagram. And no matter what, most of the entrepreneurs out there, except for me, you understand, is just branding me as my photos inside Instagram. So no matter what, over the next 10 years, it's 2020 now, in 2030, Instagram will still be around. You understand? So it's still early. You understand? I'm 27 years old. 10 years time, I'll be 37. You have me for free for the next 10 years unless I become famous earlier. So no matter what, hopefully everything happens. But guess what? I never hope. What I do is I do it right now. I make sure to hope anyway. I hope anyway. Do you understand? You need to hope. You need to make sure that you're hoping in life. And every single night before bed, I hope. I pray. And I say, Danny, today you did an amazing job. You did an amazing job. And you can do something really, really special today. You can really help yourself to really do something amazing. So realize this, that today is your opportunity. Today is something incredible. So when you're really, really helping yourself to succeed, you realize you have something and it's inside of you. When I say that, it means you need to solve the puzzle for yourself. You need to go deep inside. That's why I say, hey, get your journal out. Get your journal out. Get your journal out. Get your journal out. Do everything in your journal. For the starters, I write 80 hours a week. Are you prepared to write 80 hours a week? You need to. You need to, believe me. I write. Do you understand? So no matter what, today I actually went to the library and I actually downloaded just this spiritual proverb, which is everything, that I started on. And no matter what, I uploaded it inside my Mega Drive. And now I have my phone and I will do it in PDFs. And I'll make sure to continue my journey in terms of writing all my ebooks. So what I could do is, no matter what, because I write and I only do business inside my phone, and I have a laptop coming in also because I have to do my music production, which is going to be very successful. And no matter what, you need to realize now, I'm a music producer also. So when I actually do something in terms of my writing, in terms of my chapters, I may start a chapter, the foundation of life, and I may write 6,000 characters the first day, just about that one chapter. Then I may continue my chapter in the next 6,000 characters. And then I may say, that's that chapter. And then I may actually upload that chapter online so you can see chapter 1 inside the book. And you can read it for yourself. And then what happens is, say I upload my next chapter, maybe the foundation of emphasis. I start to write 12,000, 18,000, 20,000 characters. And then guess what? I just go and upload it as one chapter online. And then guess what? I say, hey, in my Instagram, I just updated the foundation of emphasis, chapter 2, please go read it. And then guess what? I may write 8 chapters, I may write 100 chapters into this book. It may be a large book, but it's online, it's readable, and you can read it. And then guess what? I store it online, and then in the future, sometime, when I have more money, when I have everything more, no matter what, I'm always doing everything in the moment, and I always have more money. And say I have more money, I go and do the audiobook program by myself. I actually stand inside the studio and I start to read it for you. And no matter what, and then it becomes an audiobook. And then guess what I do? I just leave it inside my website because I invest $8 every single month and there's 400 gigabytes of actual storage space where you can just flick through my files. So what you do is you go onto my Instagram, you have my bio link, you click my bio link, it'll just take you to my online storage. And then you click on the first folder, which is My University. And then you click there, you have the About Me section, and you have your education system. Your education system, you say your education, you press on it, then you have the notes, ebooks, quotes, videos, audios, or folders. And once you look at my folder list, you may see over 160 courses in videos, over 300 courses in audios, over 25,000 quotes in terms of files in quotes. So no matter what, when you look at my actual university, it has around 213 gigabytes right now. So that's based on About Me and your education. So when I'm teaching, I'm always seeking how can I actually help you? How can I actually do something for free to help myself even more? So all I'm doing is I'm giving you valuable skills that you can actually work on, that you can actually do, so that you can actually succeed, but make sure that you pick up my attitude while you're at it. Because when you're picking up a rich attitude, when you're picking up skills, when you're picking up mindset, you have to realize mindset is everything. You have to realize that mindset is more important than what's in your body and what's, for example, your physicality. Because mindset will discipline you, and then once you discipline yourself in the mindset psychologically, then you can work on your aspects of your physicality. I see many bodybuilders, and they are drug addicts but have massive bodies. Do you understand? And I see them, they're very muscular, and they need ecstasy, they need all of this stuff. So I'm always first in my life. I'm always first in my life. So in terms of how I just spoke, I would actually say, I see that they need ecstasy. I see that they need pills. I see that they need steroids. I see that they need cocaine. I see that they need alcohol, those people. So no matter what, when I say those people, I mean, I see those people and I see what they need. So that's how you actually put the I before those. You put the I before they. Because when you're just saying they, that you're just referring to them and you're forgetting about yourself. So realize when you're referring to those people, you need to put I before those. I see those people. You never just say those. You understand? When you're saying they, you have to say I see they. Because when you're saying I see, that means you're directing at the person. So no matter what, that's the most direct way to speak to anybody. It's the best way to sell yourself. It's the best way to do anything when you put the I first. And that way, you can always do something. You can always look to better your life. You can always do something in your life to make yourself successful. There's always something to do. There's always something to be. There's always something greater for you to say, and really, there's always something greater for you in terms of life experience. So seek a better way. Seek something amazing. Seek something that's going to lift you. Okay, what's lifting me right now? The only aspect of my life that's lifting me is that I'm better than yesterday. I'm a person who has health. Now for 8 months, I've been doing work for free. I never got paid for my work. I never worked for paid work. I never worked for paid work. Why? Because most of the world needs me to be popular first before they even give me money. That's how you live in this kind of world. Do you understand? And guess what? Once I give my content for free, I may become successful. That's why I have uploaded my Mega Drive for free, so you can see the free trial right now. No matter what, you guys can go and check it out. You can share me around. Go ahead. It's my YouTube. It's my Snapchat. It's my LinkedIn. It's my Twitter. It's my Facebook. It's my Instagram. It's everything for me. Why? Because I can upload all my writing material, all my video material. I can upload over hours and hours of content. And my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all the social medias out there will never, ever, ever lag. Because it's inside my online storage. Where it's a file, you can download it, you can also watch it on your phone. Do you understand? And it's via internet, so you can watch it on the internet. You can do everything. And you can switch over into landscape mode and you can watch it. And now, yes, it's professional as well, no matter what. And I'm the most professional person that I've ever met in my life because of my habits. So no matter what, when I hear Gary Vaynerchuk, when I hear Grant Cardone, when I hear Tony Robbins, I see greatness in them. No matter what, I see greatness in me more. So I see that no matter what, you need to realize today is your opportunity. So to make it better, guys, what we already talked about, make sure you're uplifting your emotions, make sure you're writing in a journal, make sure that no matter what, that you put the you in action. You understand? You're putting the you in action, you're speaking I first. You're making sure no matter what, that you're always successful, that you're always doing something abundant, that you're always looking out for your habits and making sure that you're putting health first, because health is number one. You have to do work for free. You have to promote yourself for free. Sorry, I've been promoting myself for 8 months now for free. But I'm better than yesterday. It's working out for me. You understand? So every time I do promote myself for free, I actually become better. I do something better. I feel much greater. I actually wake up in the morning and I have less obligations in terms of helping people in my daily life, because all I say is just go on my Instagram and click in my bio link. You understand? Just go and click in my bio link. They ask me a question in daily life. I say, listen, my time's more valuable than you. Go to my actual Instagram and click the bio link, because guys, I'm doing it for you for free. Hey, please, make sure that you never take my time. You understand? So what I do is I make sure to never answer people's questions in daily life. You understand? Because it's all in my bio link. Just go in my bio link and go and read and go do it yourself. So because I've already done it. Unless you can afford me. So for example, with my keynote speeches today, I still have to do a keynote speech, but since I did walk in 2 high schools here in Perth, guess what? They rejected me. I walked into the Jellicoe Public School here in Perth. I said, hey, I'm here to give a speech on my story. They said, oh, come back again. I came back again. They said, no, please email us. Please email us. I said, no, thank you. And I just went, because I have no need to email people. I walked in and I asked. I received 2 rejections. I went to the next school. Guys, no matter what, here I am. I'm giving my content for free now. Because for me, I find that walking around Perth, I walked 2 kilometers to the high school. I walked back 2 kilometers. I was rejected. No matter what. That was never a waste of my time, because I learned from it. But say I did keep on just walking, I never learned from it. It's a waste of time. So realize today that people will waste your time. So be around people who never do. For example, in your Instagram, follow people who are actually successful. I have 99 people inside my Instagram right now who are millionaires. They're actual millionaires. They're actually famous. They're actually people who vibe. They actually have the positive vibes. I follow nobody from the past, because they are very, I see that they are very uninteresting people. So that's a much better to say it. That's a much better way to say it. So no matter what, I'm always first in my life. I'm happy I forgive myself and everything. And you'll find me always repeating this word, that I am happy I forgive myself and everything, because that's the way I see life. I have to forgive. When you're actually, before you sleep, make sure you say, I am rich or better. I am happy I forgive myself and everything. And then you fall asleep and you'll never be resentful. Do you understand? But when you're drinking alcohol, when you're doing drugs, when you're smoking cigarettes, you'll find that you'll always self-loathe it. You always lose money. You're always losing time. Each cigarette that you smoke, guys, it's taking 5 minutes of your life. You understand? It kills you for 5-6 minutes. You understand? Because you have to smoke it. You have to stand still. You have to talk. You have to socialize with someone. And you have to be on your own. You have to be on your phone. And you can never really be doing your work that way. And then your teeth smell, and you have ugly skin, and your teeth are yellow, and you have no money and you're broke. Guys, I save $7,000 every single year because I quit smoking for 2 years now. $14,000 I saved just because I quit smoking. You understand? So no matter what, I'm a multi-millionaire right now in terms of my savings, because no matter what, I have a capital increase 2020. You can go check it out. Every single day, I'm bombarded with prices. And guess what I do? Every time I'm bombarded with prices, I make the most common sense decision to make sure that I make the best decisions in my life, to never ever waste my money on anything that makes no sense. So I'm never bombarded with prices. I'll just make sure to repeat it once more so that I can live my life better and be more security for myself. So in life, you need more security, you need more insurance. Be a person who has life insurance. Be a person who has insurance in your car. Be a person who's always making insurance in yourself. How do you do that? You do it through self-education first. Grant Cardone says that no matter what, when you have less than $100,000, invest it in yourself. I say the same thing. make sure no matter what, when you have less than $100,000, you invest everything in yourself, because guys, health is first. You realize those people who have the health and are broke are always going to be richer than the people who have millions of dollars and have no health. So just realize health is everything. Health is actually going to help you move forward. Health is going to help you prosper. Health is actually going to help you do everything in life. So just do something incredible. Make sure you're lifting people. Make sure that you're realizing that once you lift people, you will be lifted. Do you understand? That's how you really make it. So I've said a lot of knowledge in terms of this video, and you need to realize that no matter what, you just have to keep an open mind, and you have to always do more than 100%. So never even do 110%, do more than 110%, okay? Never limit yourself to 100%, never limit yourself to 110%. Just give everything that you can. Sometimes you can do 1,000%, sometimes you can do 1,000,000%, sometimes you can do 1,000,000,000%, you understand? So just keep going and make sure that you keep pushing yourself. So nutrition is a big deal. Study nutrition. Make sure that no matter what, you're turning vegan, you're going to have more energy, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better. Guys, I have a strict regimen of my eating plans. Do you understand? No matter what, in daily life, I never teach people how to eat better. I never teach people in daily life how to lose weight. Why? Because when I go up to them, they reject me. Because for them, I have to be, listen, no matter what, I see that for them, I have to be popular. So that's how you say actually that in that kind of way, you put the I before the for. So I see for them, and it's never for them, it's for me. So no matter what, I'm somebody who is always number one in my life. And I'm always succeeding and doing something greater for myself. So mindset is everything. And in terms of mindset, realize that you always have to go back on your words. Once you say something, rewind 5 seconds to see, did you really help yourself grow in that moment? Because never just say it to help other people. Say it to help yourself grow the most. Remember, you're saying it for yourself the most. You're never saying it for other people. You're never teaching others for others. You're teaching others for yourself to grow. So once you are in a camera, give your heart and soul, give, and you will grow. You will be someone far inspirational in the world. Realize today is a beautiful time. It's 2020. It's March the 22nd of Sunday in March 2020. Guys, realize this. Today is the best time ever for you to be on social media, to be spreading content, to be making sure that you're succeeding, to be making sure that your health is the best it can be. Guys, realize today, most people are wasting your time. Get around millionaires. How do you do that? You go online, go into YouTube, go into audiobooks. Start reading from who has promoted their work in terms of audiobooks and books. Go start reading content. Read some ideas. As Tai Lopez says, when you read a book, read the front cover only. You understand? He says, read the front cover, and that's all he has to read. So no matter what, I'm always first in my life. So just realize, I'm always saying that I see that Tai Lopez can read. And you need to realize that you have to read. You have to read always. You have to be open-minded. So when you read a book from cover to finish, guys, you never do that. You understand? What you do is, you see the cover, you see, is this interesting? Is it interesting? Yeah? You open the table of contents, you read the table of contents, and guess what? Say the cover of the book is interesting. Read the first chapter, read the last chapter. The first chapter will introduce you to the book's summary in terms of the introduction of the book and everything that the book will be talking about inside the first chapter. And it's a successful book, so it's a non-fiction book. It's an actual book that somebody's wrote to help you in self-education. Never non-fiction in terms of just random stuff. Never documentary books, never Animal Planet books, never fictional characters books. Those books will never teach you much about self-education. You have to realize you need to be a person of self-education. Get yourself self-educational books. You also have Earl Nightingale Conant's audiobook program. Go and type in Earl Nightingale Conant's. Inside Google today, you'll find his audiobook website. It's the best of the best books. He has 500 books. This guy has over 500 audiobooks of the best. And Earl Nightingale is one of my mentors. So no matter what, you have to realize now, those are audiobooks. That's a different type of reading. But when you're actually reading audiobooks, you need to realize to read as fast as possible. So when you're reading actual e-books or actual cover printed books, what you're doing is you're looking at the first chapter, which actually shows you all the information about the book that's going to be read. And then you switch over to the summary of the page, which is the last chapter of the book, talks about the summary. And that will sum up the whole book for you. Do you understand? And then what you do is, then you go to the table of contents. And you may look at table of contents, you may see something interesting. You just flick over to that page and you start reading that page. Then you flick back into the table of contents, read something else. And then you find something else interesting, you go and read it again. And then say you find nothing else interesting, you throw away the book. That's how you read paperback books and e-books. Do you understand? And then for example, say you have an audiobook. Guys, read it 3.5 times fast possible right now. You must be able to read at 3.5 times right now. So what does that mean? You have to read the fastest version inside audio. So when I read at this rate. I read at 3.5 times faster when I read. So currently, because I'm off audible.com, and there's a reason for that, because I choose to actually learn and watch my mentors in terms of inside a video talk. So what I do is I just go on YouTube and I put it on ×2 and I start to read, and then I start to take notes in this kind of manner. I start to actually talk. I'll pause the video with my headphones and I'll actually reflect about what I just seen. So in terms of, I see my mentor, I pause the video right away. I see the setting. What is he doing? How does he feel? I actually self-reflect. How does he feel in that moment? How does he look? Is he better than yesterday? Is that person better than yesterday? And then I see the people around him. What kind of setting is it? What are they talking about? And then once I see an idea, an insight inside that information, then I play the video, and then I start to grab some ideas. Then I may grab an idea, I pause the audio. So he's reflecting about this because this is what happened, and this is what happened, and that's how it reflects with me for this, and this. I just connected what Gary Vaynerchuk has said with 3 of my points together. I have 4 points now based on something amazing. I reflected. I start to really, I press play again, and he talks about this, and this. Yeah. I pause again. I actually speak it out for myself. You understand? So when I plan it out with my words, because I only have one phone at the moment. So I use that phone to just make it be on my selfie stick, and I take notes with my words, and I speak it to myself. He's speaking about this. So what you need to do, you need to realize that Gary Vaynerchuk is in a business setting right now. You need to realize that you can see he's worse than yesterday at the moment. His health is still worse than yesterday, and he needs to actually improve his life right now. So guess what? He's just giving ideas. And then I'll just go into this nice, beautiful mentality that I have about what I see in that term, and even more than that. So I'm always giving more for myself. And then guess what? I make sure to read as much as I can, and then say I have all this bunch of information in terms of taking notes. I'll go and write all my notes, everything on what you never do. I may get a nice, beautiful insight. I grab the phone, I actually start writing notes, and I start writing in my journal. I say, never do this, never do this, never do this. Now I'm always doing this. I'm always in this moment. So be careful always about how you speak. This moment, you must do this always. So when you say never do this, always do this. But in terms of what you never do, you must never do this, you must never do this, you must never do this. That's what I do in my phone. Now in terms of the day next time, in terms of say tomorrow, say I just finished uploading all my content online, how would I start planning the next day? So sometimes I find it much better for me to just be in the mirror and say, what are you doing tomorrow? Once you wake up, what will you be doing? So this is me now planning actually me right now, planning inside my own mirror. This is my own mirror, so you can use your actual phone as your own mirror in life. So when you're using your own phone, you need to realize that when you're using your own phone, you need to look yourself in the mirror and you need to say, okay, so when I wake up in the morning, I have to go to Woolworths, I have to go to Coles, I have to get myself food, and I also have to go to the library. How long will I stay in the library? For 5 hours. And I will just work on myself. I actually do some journaling, I'll do some uploading, and I have to make sure that I brand myself also and do a 2-hour video content. And then make sure that I come over here, I'll do another video. And once I do that, I can go to the hostel, I can upload my content anywhere around the world. And guess what? Then I may do something else. So no matter what, I'm always doing it that way. So when I plan for the next day, I look at myself in the mirror and I just speak it out for myself. What will I do? What will I eat? Where will I be? How will I do it? I speak it out for myself and then I fall asleep. You understand? That's how I plan my next day. I plan that by word of mouth for myself, to myself. So I'm planning it for myself, to myself, in terms of I plan it for myself. So in terms of how I learn is I may pause the audio and speak it out for myself, all my notes. In terms of planning the next day, before bed, right before bedtime, I look at myself in the mirror, I say, you'll be doing this, you'll be doing this, you'll be doing this. At this time you have to go here, at this time you have to go here, at this time you have to make sure you're here. Make sure that you're at this time here. Make sure no matter what that you give this much money to this person. Make sure that with that, what you're going to do about it, make sure that you go and give the money for it. And then I plan it in the mirror for myself, no matter what. And in terms of geographical standards, so say when I'm traveling around Australia, I look myself in the mirror and I plan it also. So since I'm in Perth now, where's my next destination? So I have to see the prices for the airplane, and I just go and see the prices for the airplane, and no matter what, then I say, oh, since it's turning winter, or what areas around Australia will you never go again? Hobart. I said Hobart. I said Cairns. I said Perth. I said Melbourne, Sydney. All of these places. No matter what, I'm always planning. So no matter what, Sydney is an option for me always. So no matter what, you have to realize that's how I plan. I plan in front of the mirror, just to myself. I speak it out for myself, and then I go to bed. It's really quick, really quick, really quick. In 5 minutes, I plan my day, my whole day, the next day. So, Danny, how many hours are you doing in video content tomorrow? At the moment, I'll do 2 hours. I already said every single day I'll have to do 2 hours of content. So, I'm always a person who is actually far benefiting myself in terms of everything in life. So no matter what, guys, this video has been completed for this session, because no matter what, I have to upload this video as my phone has 64 gigabytes in terms of memory storage, and say I do 1 hour and 30 minutes, it may say, hey, no more memory in my phone, and then I would be in deep regret. So no matter what, you have to realize that for me to be able to just stop it right here and continue into another how-to section in another video is a much better decision for me, so that I can upload this video and then make a 1 hour video again. Guys, no matter what, make sure that you guys enjoy yourself. Make sure no matter what, you're keeping to that journal. Start your journal. Start also to brand yourself. Start to pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health, okay? Invest in your health. Self-education is key. Make sure your kids are never going to high schools and government education schools, because they are setting you up for fail. Do you understand? No matter what, realize self-education is key. Surround yourself with millionaires. Guys, realize that when you're on Instagram, okay, get yourself a mega storage online, put in your bio link, do your content for free, start reading at the fastest possible rate. On Audible, you can read at 3.5 times. On YouTube, you can read at 2 times. Guys, start to brand yourself, put yourself in front of the camera, check my Instagram account. Guys, work for free until you become famous, and then price your content. You understand? And then price your content. Remember, using the you in action. This whole video has been the you in action. And when you're learning something, guys, repeat it as long as you can until you apply the information from the video. Once you applied all the information from the video, that's when you can move on. When you're reading something, when you're reading an audiobook, when you're reading an audio program, once you apply all the information in that content, that's when you can move on. Remember that. No matter what, guys, make sure you have as many mentors as possible, and make sure that, guys, you succeed today.